Hi everyone, this is Pratima, and in this video I am going to compare the regular iPhone 17 with the iPhone 17 Pro. This year, the standard iPhone 17 has been getting a lot of attention because Apple has finally brought some much needed upgrades to this starter iPhone, making it surprisingly close to the Pro model in many areas. But at the same time, there is a huge price gap between these two phones, especially in India. If you want the compact iPhone 17 Pro, you will have to pay almost 50,000 more than the iPhone 17. And I know a lot of you guys must be wondering about which would be a better choice, right? Don't worry, I will help you decide, so make sure you watch till the end. Alright, the first and the most obvious difference that you will find between the iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Pro is in the design and build quality. The iPhone 17 Pro has a new all-aluminum unibody design with these seamless curves at the edges and a little glass slab at the back for MagSafe charging. And I have to say, I really like this new design. While the iPhone 17's design hasn't changed from last year's iPhone 16, you are getting the same old glass aluminum sandwich design with a not so seamless finish at the edges. The metal design plus an extra camera on the iPhone 17 Pro makes it a bit heftier, 16.3% heavier to be exact, than the regular iPhone 17. Now, if I have to explain how the iPhone 17 Pro feels on the hands, I would say that it's denser, but not in a bad way, and the weight distribution is actually really balanced on both of these devices. I personally like how the iPhone 17 Pro feels in the hands, plus it does not wobble when placed on a flat surface like this, which is something I really appreciate. Then again, if you like using a lighter device, you will probably like holding the iPhone 17, but if you prefer a bit of heft, the iPhone 17 Pro is for you. Other than that, you get the same old IP68 rating on both, which is a bit disappointing to be honest. I was really hoping Apple would bump it up to at least IP69 rating on the Pro models this year. Also, if you happen to buy a Pro iPhone this year, please case it up because it is the most scratch-prone and dent-prone iPhone that I have seen in years. The iPhone 17 Pro Max did slip from my hands once, and as you can see for yourself, it got discoloration in 3 different places. Display-wise though, there is practically no difference between the two. Both screens are the same size at 6.3 inches, they have similar bezels, excellent color reproduction, the same high and peak brightness numbers, and most importantly, Apple has upgraded the iPhone 17's refresh rate to 120Hz as well this year, so even smoothness-wise, it's the same, no compromise. Although I did watch a few videos which show the refresh rate hovers to 80Hz on the iPhone 17 when you scroll fast, but honestly, I did not find much difference in real-world usage, so I don't know if I should complain about this. Nonetheless, both phones have Ceramic Shield 2 glass at the front, which has proven to be really scratch resistant in my use because I have been testing both of these devices without a screen protector for about 3 weeks now, and you can see no scratches at all. Turns out Apple was not lying about better scratch resistance. The speakers on both of these phones are great for all kinds of multimedia, although the iPhone 17 Pro sounds a bit more balanced and has more depth than the iPhone 17. The highs on the iPhone 17 can get a bit shouty than the iPhone 17 Pro. Next, performance-wise, I've had some interesting findings, and there is definitely a big difference between these two phones. Not in normal usage, but if you run benchmarks and do any kind of heavy lifting like gaming for instance, you will find the iPhone 17 Pro doing a better job. The iPhone 17 runs on the A19 chip with 8 gigs of RAM, while the Pro gets the more powerful A19 Pro with 12 gigs of RAM. And in my gaming tests, even though the A19 is still very capable and can handle high FPS, Apple has capped the iPhone 17's performance. It maxes out at around 80 FPS in games like PUBG. On the other hand, the iPhone 17 Pro can easily hit around 120 FPS in PUBG. The gameplay is stable with a nice steady graph on both of the phones, but clearly you will get a smoother gameplay experience on the iPhone 17 Pro. Apple has also added a vapor chamber cooling unit for better thermals on the iPhone 17 Pro versus how they continued with the same old graphite sheets on the iPhone 17. Now, I know you must be thinking vapor chamber cooling means better thermals on the iPhone 17 Pro, right? Well, not exactly. Since Apple has capped the iPhone 17's performance at lower FPS, it uses less power, and hence in my gaming test, the iPhone 17 actually ran about 1 to 2 degrees cooler than the iPhone 17 Pro. And it's not just during gaming. The iPhone 17 Pro also runs about 1 to 2 degrees warmer while recording 4K 60 FPS videos for 30 minutes or running intensive benchmark tests. Again, to clarify, I don't mean that the iPhone 17 Pro overheats or anything. It's just that it's running the more powerful A19 Pro chip with more GPU cores, that too in a compact form factor, which is why it might run a little hotter sometimes. The iPhone 17 Pro never throttled in my gaming test, nor was there any kind of screen dimming during prolonged gaming sessions. Alongside gaming performance, Apple seems to have made a slight compromise on storage for the iPhone 17 as well. The iPhone 17 Pro scored better results in my storage benchmark test with better read and write speeds. I also ran a little real-world test by installing the Antutu benchmark, which is a pretty heavy app, and as you can see, the iPhone 17 Pro installs it almost twice as fast as the regular iPhone 17. The iPhone 17 Pro also supports a faster USB protocol, USB 3.2 on the 17 Pro versus 2.0 on the 17, so transferring large files to and from the iPhone 17 Pro to a PC or SSD is significantly faster. During normal tasks, though, both of the phones are fast, like app opening and multitasking is quick on both of the devices, and honestly, I could not notice any real difference. I even rendered a 12-minute 4K video on both of the phones to see which one was faster, and the difference was just like 5 to 7 seconds, which in my opinion is negligible. So in conclusion, if you play a lot of AAA games, the iPhone 17 Pro will give you a smoother gameplay and better sustained performance. Tasks like installing large apps and transferring files are also faster on the Pro model. But if gaming is not a priority and you mainly use your phone for everyday stuff, the regular iPhone 17 will do an excellent job for you too. Software-wise, we know that Apple does not discriminate between their regular and Pro models, so both of these phones are running on the latest version of iOS 26, and you will get an equal number of updates, which is like 6 to 7 years by Apple standards. The newly launched iOS 26, I have to say, is not the most stable. There are tons of bugs. The UI elements keep getting displaced. In my usage, both of the phones have just frozen sometimes, and all this might take some time to settle down with further updates. Okay, next, I bet you guys are waiting to know how much variation there is between the cameras on both of these phones. I did a quick comparison of these cameras in my iPhone 17 review as well, where I said that there is very little difference between the output from their ultra-wide and their selfie cameras. You see, Apple is using the same selfie camera and the same ultra-wide camera on the iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Pro, so most of the time, both of the phones perform very similarly in these areas. It's really hard to tell a difference. The main difference, however, is that you get a larger sensor on the main wide camera on the iPhone 17 Pro, and you also get a 4x telephoto lens here, which is missing on the regular iPhone 17. This means the zooming capabilities on the iPhone 17 Pro is way better. Like if you click a 4x image or an 8x image on the iPhone 17 Pro, the details and the clarity are clearly visible. Even in videos, shooting zoom videos, the iPhone 17 Pro will give you better, sharper output with nice depth of field. Plus, the iPhone 17 Pro gives you that 4x 100mm perspective when shooting portraits, which in my opinion makes the subject's focus look more natural and appealing. Now, to be fair, if you shoot 2x 50mm portraits on both of these phones, they come out quite similar during the day. The color reproduction is also similar with a classic iPhone warm tone. Highlight management is a little better on the iPhone 17 Pro, but most of the time it's similar. Likewise, I found the main camera's performance to also be almost the same in terms of color reproduction, contrast and such. The only difference you will find is the iPhone 17 Pro has a wider field of view, which you will also notice in the 2x portraits, and also because the Pro has a larger sensor, it's not able to get as close to subjects as the iPhone 17, and that is about it. Other than that, I have to say Apple has worked very well on noise reduction during the night on both of these phones. The images I got from them during the night were clear, they were sharp and balanced. Both phones do have a little bit of glare management issue while shooting against the light though. I was really hoping that Apple would solve the glare problem in the new iPhones this time. Even videography wise, both of these phones do a similar job at 4K 30 FPS and even 4K 60 FPS. Technically, the iPhone 17 Pro features the second gen sensor shift technology versus first gen on the iPhone 17, but I didn't find that big of a difference in stabilization. Honestly, both phones have great output in 1x, ultra-wide videos and even selfie videos. Thankfully, Apple has not missed out on a square selfie sensor and center stage option on the regular iPhone 17, which means you can shoot selfies and videos both horizontally and vertically without rotating the phone in both the iPhone 17 and the 17 Pro. Having said that, like I mentioned before, the iPhone 17 Pro shoots better zoom videos, and if you're a professional, the ability to shoot ProRes videos is something that you will appreciate a lot. And there are things like the option to shoot slow-mo videos at 4K 120 FPS, which makes the iPhone 17 Pro a more versatile video camera than the iPhone 17.
You also get a 4-mic setup on the iPhone 17 Pro versus a single mic setup on the iPhone 17, so you get better quality audio from the Pro as well.
All in all, you could say that photography-wise, there isn't a big difference between the iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Pro except the 4x lens. Even general videography is almost the same, but if Pro videography feature is important to you, the iPhone 17 Pro will do a slightly better job for you. Okay, finally, let's talk about the battery life, and I got some surprising results here. You see, with a larger battery, I thought the iPhone 17 Pro would provide better battery life, but in my test, I found the iPhone 17 giving me slightly better endurance, like 20 minutes of more screen on time every day. I guess the A19 Pro chip on the 17 Pro is slightly more power hungry, and hence I ended up with that result. I also did a battery drain test among these two by shooting a 4K video for 30 minutes, running benchmarks and a few other social media apps, and each time the iPhone 17 Pro lost 1 to 2% more battery. But overall, both these phones provide a full day battery, so I will not complain. Charging wise too, there isn't much difference. Apple has provided up to 40-watt charging on the entire iPhone 17 series, and I didn't want to spend $40 or some 4,000 rupees on the new 40-watt Apple charger, so I used my 65-watt UV PD charger to charge both of these devices, and pretty much they juiced up at a similar time. There was around like 5 to 6 minute difference, and that is all. For your information, you can use any Apple certified PD or PPS charger to charge both of these phones. It will not make a big difference. Alright everyone, with this we have come to the end of this video, and it's evident that Apple has once again only brought iterative upgrades to the Pro iPhones this year, but the base iPhone 17 definitely has some welcome upgrades as I discussed in this video. And if I had to choose among these two phones, I think the base iPhone 17 is a much better value for money because you are getting a base 256GB storage, 120Hz refresh rate screen. In fact, the displays on the 17 and 17 Pro are identical. The major difference in performance is only on the gaming front, and except one or two features, the camera performance isn't that different either. Of course, if you really want that 4x zoom lens, ProRes recording and the stunning new design of the iPhone 17 Pro to flex around, then sure, go for it. But in terms of pure value, the regular iPhone 17 is honestly the smarter buy this year. So which one would you go for? Do let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Saying this, I'm Pratima, and thank you so much for watching.